Didn't you know? Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness is a 2005 comedy RPG horror game released for the Nintendo GameCube. It is the sequel to Pokémon Colosseum and follows a new protagonist by the name of Michael. While the first game was centered around the main protagonist Wes's turn from evil to good and his various parallels to Shadow the Hedgehog from Shadow the Hedgehog for the Nintendo GameCube, XD Gale of Darkness sought to create a much lighter atmosphere, instead having the protagonist be more akin to Sonic the Hedgehog. This is most evident through the increased gameplay speed, the protagonist's young age and attitude, and the protagonist's blue headband, a reference to Sonic's quill color. Of course, due to the popularity of the prequel, the developers decided to still keep the plot centered around Shadow Pokemon. One of the returning locations in the Ore region is Mount Battle, an area where the player can go to challenge 100 trainers in a row. It wasn't always a place for trainers to have Pokemon battles, however. It was originally planned to be a place for trainers to fight each other. According to the Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness manga, Mount Battle was supposed to have you fight in one-on-one battles, Mortal Kombat style, with the loser being tossed off of the platform. This didn't fit in with the more child-friendly atmosphere the developers were trying to create, however, and thus it was ultimately scrapped in favor of the Mount Battle we now have today. Remnants of this design can still be seen in Pokémon Colosseum's main story, most notably during the player's first visit to Mount Battle, when post-time skip Kratos punches Lloyd Irving during a match. Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness is considered by many fans to be an overall better game than its prequel, Colosseum, and one of the many reasons often cited is the increase in catchable Pokemon. While in Colosseum there were only 49 Shadow Pokemon that could be caught, there are a whopping 83 Shadow Pokemon in Gale of Darkness, as well as 9 additional species of Pokemon that can be continuously caught at what are called Pokespots. Fans of Pokemon may know that this is an anagram for Pokestops, the designated gathering places for young children and greasy man-childs in Pokemon Go. What you might not know, however, is that this isn't XD's only reference to Pokemon Go. The player's first Pokemon is an Eevee, the titular Pokemon in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. After backlash from fans following Let's Go Eevee's release, however, series creator Reggie Fils-Aimé decided to let the player actually evolve their Eevee in this game, giving the player the necessary stones right at the beginning of the game. In addition to this, he even went as far as to make 2 new items exclusive to XD Gale of Darkness, the Sun Shard and the Moon Shard. These shards allow the player to immediately evolve their Eevee into either Espeon or Umbreon respectively by physically harnessing the power of the sun or moon. This concept would later go on to become the central focus of a later set of Pokemon games, which were named after the shards themselves, known in America as Pokemon Sun and Moon. Pokemon Sun and Moon weren't the only Pokemon games inspired by XD Gale of Darkness. In a 2019 Nintendo Direct, Reggie revealed that the 8th generation main series Pokemon games, Pokemon Sword and Shield, actually based one of their most infamous design choices on XD Gale of Darkness. When I was designing Pokemon Sword and Shield, I decided to look back on past Pokemon games and see what was done right. I noticed that, especially during the time of Sword and Shield's development, the spin-off games, Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness, were getting more and more popular. I realized that there was something different about these 2 games that made people love them, and so I decided to take some of those unique aspects and use them in Sword and Shield. But it turns out that people apparently don't like it when there is a limited selection of Pokemon in a home console Pokemon game, despite how much they loved Gale of Darkness. Fortunately, I didn't carry over too many ideas. I made most of the battle animations quicker and a lot less flashy, so hopefully fans will at least like that. Unfortunately, this decision by Reggie to limit the amount of ideas taken from Gale of Darkness means that the whereabouts of Miror B following the game's post-story events are still unknown to this very day. Didn't you also know that the soundtrack for Luigi's Mansion was designed by none other than the Kings of Soul, Tower of Power? If you want to know more trivia on Mario and other obscure video game series, look out for the Didn't You Know video games episode on Luigi's Mansion. If you enjoyed this episode, remember to leave a like and press the subscribe button to show support. If you want the chance to see episodes a week before their release or choose what episode I work on next, consider checking out the Patreon. Thank you to the patrons listed in the description who are currently supporting the channel on Patreon, and don't forget to look out for new episodes of Didn't You Know video games. Hey guys, it's End Slate time, since I'm trying this out again. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield, I had to. It comes out this week, I know, and so I wanted to sprinkle a little relevancy I have a bit of a problem where I tend to upload things like the Luigi's Mansion. I uploaded that right around Halloween, but it didn't actually come out until like a week or two afterwards, and so now I feel stupid. But I figured out that I can actually plan ahead and do what's relevant time-wise. But regardless, I hate to bash Pokemon because I love Pokemon, but Pokemon Sword and Shield actually are the first main series Pokemon games that I haven't pre-ordered. And I don't know, I'm just not feeling so good about it. Like, I remember pre-ordering Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Black, Pokemon Sun, and also Pokemon Y. Not in that order, of course, but a large part of it is I don't have a Switch. Not even because I don't like it. I probably would buy it anyway, but I just don't have a Switch. So rip me, I guess. If anyone wants to donate me a Switch, I DM me on Twitter. I'll take you up on that offer. But for real, it's kind of sad that Pokemon Sword and Shield have a lack of Pokemon and lack of animations. I mean, I swear, if they don't have Dunsparce, like, what even is the point? But I'm glad that I get to make videos like this because it gives me an opportunity to actually play games more. I'm like, hey, for my work, I get to play Pokémon XD Gale of Darkness, one of my favorites. So things are working out real well. I'm real happy about that. It's kind of tough because I got like midterms and finals and all that jazz, but it's nice to be able to make funny scripts and make people laugh. So I hate to elongate videos unnecessarily and bamboozle you with the length, but I kind of want to add a bit more personality to it, you know? So let me ask you guys. Let's do this. I'm gonna have a question at the end of each video. Why not? What are your guys' favorite Pokemon games? Mine is Pokemon Crystal, because I just love the whole traveling to more than one region. That's the coolest thing ever to me. And I guess Heart Gold and Soul Silver do that, but Crystal's the one that I grew up with more, so kind of biased. And I actually really love Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It's one of my favorites. So tell me what you guys think. Rather than just saying funny but not notable, let's actually get conversations going. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.